food run.
Yeah, we need to. We just drove by the Tesla stations, and we were just talking about your charging stations, and there's no Volt charging stations.
Yeah, I need to locate them in Vegas.
So I ordered a Tesla.
Oh, so what are you going to get rid of?
I don't know. As we pull up next to a Tesla next to me.
It's the truck,
so
right?
It's going to come in March.
Oh shit! Okay, that's a long time.
So I'm going electric.
Yes.
I'm sick of paying gas on these cars.
I know, dude. They're fast, those cars, huh?
This is the fastest production line.
Wow.
Juan Morel talked to me.
Yeah. What color did you get?
I got white with white interior.
Oh, nice.
The Model X.
Well, you hadn't had a white car,
yeah.
The
plaid version.
Nice.
So it's super, super fast. Not that I give a shit about that.
I know.
I have a lot of fast cars and I don't drive them that fast.
I know.
We talked about that, I think.
It's nice. It's just with these. It's just nice to know you could go fast if you wanted to.
I've owned a lot of cars since we started hanging out, huh?
I know.
Do you remember when I left you my 7 Series in California?
Yes, you let me drive it for like a week.
Yeah, tell me, were you nervous?
Hell yeah, I don't want to drive your car, dude, because you know what? What if someone, I'm not worried about myself, what if someone runs into me, and then I got to call you, JL, the car's wrecked. Fuck, dude.
I'm trying to think why I left it there. I flew out of LAX or
because
something.
You had to give it back. The lease was over, remember? And you got it in Cali.
Why did I put it back there?
Because you got it in Cali, I think, at the time.
No, I don't think I did.
No? Well, that's why.
I want to think that I left it there because I flew out and I flew out of LAX for an international trip. So I left it with you, I think.
What did it do with the car then? I only drove it for like...
Yeah, you know why? I knew I did have to turn it in, but I turned it in Las Vegas, but I remember it had stock wheels on it. If you recall, I never had stock wheels on it until I gave it back.
Okay.
So I put the stocks back on it, and that's when you drove it, because I never would have left it there with the 22s on it, because you would have bent the rims for sure. You know, with the potholes.
That was nice.
Yeah, I remember that. That was back
light
in
gray.
Like 06 or something. That was one of my favorite cars back then. I used to buy a lot of BMWs.
Yes. You used to have X5 all the time.
I had 2 X5s. I had an X6. I had I had the 6 Series, all the 7 Series. The first nice car that I bought, bro, was a 750 Li, which was the big body 12-cylinder. And then I bought a 740 after that. But that was the first car when I started making bodybuilding money that I purchased a BMW big body sedan. I always liked the big sedans. You ever notice that?
Milos used to drive those all the time. Remember that?
You're right.
He used to always get those. Yeah.
He did like the big bodies.
Yeah.
We used to talk about that.
Yeah.
I remember when I showed up in for a photo shoot
in Fullerton.
In my Jaguar. Do you remember my white Jaguar when I bought?
Shit. I want to say yes.
You probably don't remember.
Dude, you had so many cars, man. It's like...
Yeah, so I bought a white Jaguar, and it was super fast. It had like the big motor in it, and Chris Lund loved it, bro. He was like, "This is my dream car. I can't believe you bought this."
He's English, of course. Yeah.
And then I end up trading that, and I end up getting a twin turbo Porsche.
I remember that.
Yeah. I think that's the fastest I've ever gone in a car, to be honest.
The 911?
Yeah, I did 160 in front of Mandalay Bay in that car.
You're nuts. That's a small car. I don't know how you fit in that.
Yeah, it was small. I ended up getting rid of it, to be honest.
Yeah, too big.
It was a little too small. So we're gonna show today where we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
So I hate to say there's no Jay Cutler bowl here, but
you're cheating on your brand.
What do you think? Do you think
they'll see it?
They'll be mad. So we're gonna eat at one of our old stomping grounds, and we only come here because this is Dave's favorite bowl.
Yes.
But this is Samurai Sam's.
Yep. There you go.
We'll see what we get though. What's the guess?
Chicken and rice.
Always.
Simple.
Is this Dave Borlay approved? Is
Yes.
my question. Why do you say that?
Well, it's chicken and rice.
Pretty simple, huh?
It's pretty simple.
Like you said when you walked in, what were you going to eat? Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice. Mine is well done.
I used to eat this every day after the gym back when I was bodybuilding.
Would you come here? Somewhere else
I
saying?
used to go to the one in Summerlin.
Okay. Nice.
Let's get it.
All right.
You're on film right now.
Don't say anything bad.
Oh,
We're talking about how we're going to rip Jay off.
we're talking to my insurance company.
It's freezing in here.
It is. Can we show the wall?
Sure.
Tell
Now
everyone.
it's exposed.
Tell everyone. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We were supposed to be hiding this. Not anymore.
That's cool.
All right,
Yay.
Matt. Please explain to JTV once again, guys. We need you to subscribe to the Cutler Cast.
How many subscriptions did you get since last video?
About 600.
That's not bad. We wanted 5,000 though.
10,000. What kind
We
of
need
fans do you
10
want?
total.
We
Yeah.
want 10 total.
So we needed 7,000.
6,500 more.
Okay, so we're a little short, guys.
Oh, what kind of fans do you have here? They don't even come
Okay, so
follow.
please put it on the screen, guys. So we do a weekly podcast, and Matt and I, he's my host of the co-host, and we talk about all sorts of stuff. If you guys haven't seen it yet, subscribe to the Cutler Cast.
Right now.
And this is going to be our.
Studio.
We actually had it set up a little different last time, but now we're kind of changing it and all the lighting and. What are we working on now?
So the backdrop in Jay's office was so perfect, we decided to
Right here.
bring it here to the office.
How real does that look on camera?
It
Let's
looks
see. Hold
great.
It looks real.
Let me get behind the camera.
Yeah.
So we had someone come out and take a super high-end digital picture,
Yeah, it looks
and they printed it off, and now Jay's office is in this dump. So now we got this here. We'll probably hang some curtains around and put a TV in and get the cameras, and we've got a truss coming in.
So if I take a picture right now, what's that look like? Do I look like I'm standing next to trophies?
Hell
or no?
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
Take a picture for me.
It looks good.
Boom. I'll show you.
See,
That's
now
awesome.
if you just think of it like this, if you ever downgrade your house to like a one-bedroom apartment,
Yeah.
you can print your old house all around you, and you'll feel like you never left.
So you still feel rich.
Yeah,
They did a good job.
yeah, it came out perfect.
So we got to show the final product as you guys. This is like a work in
Oh, I
progress, but
see where it's
once.
blurry when you look close up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pixelated
But from
when
far
you look
away,
close.
you can't tell.
Can't tell.
No, not from far away.
Yeah. But overall, yeah, it legit look like you can see all the shadows. You can see
Mm-hmm.
like the trophies. You see the light shining off the arm trophies.
2001, 2003, 4, 5, 8, and 11 silvers. And then
We like the goals.
06, 7, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
So 4 times you were a winner, 6 times you were the first loser.
So second runner, second place.
First runner up. First runner up.
See, think about that though. How many people know that Jay got second?
But what's
6
amazing,
times?
you know what's amazing is I only know first or second, and then I know like second to last and eighth. So I never had another medal besides a one in first or second place. I never had a
Oh, yeah.
bronze.
No, never.
Like Phil has a bronze, right?
He got
Yeah.
third last year.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he got third his first year.
Third his
Oh,
first
wait.
year. He got 5th his second year.
And he's getting second to me.
Yep.
That's
So
right.
he's
That's
got-
right.
Yeah, he's got a multitude of different.
Yeah.
different.
He got 50 year with me, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Second year.
That's
And
when
then
he
he
was
got
6.
second.
I was really concerned that year of him coming up.
Ready?
Yeah. That was the
good.
year I thought we were going to see the best Phil Heath, come on.
Was that 2009?
9. And that's the year Kai came and trained in Las Vegas.
Yep.
He was training at Flamingo Sand Hill. Do you remember? Did you come
He
out
was in
training
Venice
with him?
first, and then he came here.
Him and Oscar, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because when we did the shoot with Kevin,
Horton.
that was when Kai Green was living here with
Okay, okay.
Oscar, and they had an apartment near the gym. And I wonder if he came in while we were doing that shoot at all when we shot a couple weeks out.
I don't remember seeing him.
But remember, he was hyped because that was the best he ever looked at, that 09 Arnold, right? That was his best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy.
What did he finish that year? 4th or 5th?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
He got 4th, I think, right? Phil got 5th. Yeah, he was 4th.
Yeah.
Who was 3rd? Dexter? 09?
Yeah. Branch was 2nd.
There's got second.
You're right. Yeah. He won in 08. That's right.
Yeah. That was a good year. 09. Damn.
How old were you in 2009?
2009, 12 years ago. 23.
Were you playing lacrosse? Were you playing lacrosse or
Lacrosse. No, tennis.
tennis? You got scholarship to come to play in the States, right?
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, he must be good then.
Tell the story how you came from France. People like this because there's a lot of French people that follow us.
Well, I grew up in the south of France, and then I was playing tennis competitively. And at the age of 19, I got an offer to come play for the U.S.
Wow.
Through an organization that kind of recruits all over Europe. And then they gave me the choice between 5 different universities with different compensation packages and scholarships. And I ended up picking UNR up in Reno, Lake Tahoe, and I moved here when I was 20 in 2006, and the rest is history. Never left. I had
You loved it that much,
I
huh?
didn't know you liked
Yeah.
tennis that much. I got tennis connections.
I had
He was a great tennis
a
player.
3-year contract, and from there I graduated. For those interested, when you study and graduate from the U.S., you get a 1-year visa to work and get some experience, obviously related to your degree, hopefully. And after that, like I said, never left. Fell in love with the country, culture, the rest, and ended up staying.
Well, we're glad to have you.
There you go.
I didn't know you were tennis. So I
Wow.
actually have serious connections.
Little backstory on Ben.
Really?
Yeah, so all you guys with dreams and aspirations, by the way, this is Jay Alcaron.
I love that.
I watched the Sony Pro with these.
For my birthday.
Jay Alcaron?
Yeah.
Nice, he did good.
IMG box.
So with you guys in dreams and aspirations to move to the U.S.
I don't know.
Do it. Pack and go.
Be a good tennis player.
Pack
and now Ben is
Broke.
working in the office all day.
We're all broke.
As a joke. Busted.
I want to show you guys something. What do you think?
Trace. Scrappy Doodle.
I was watching J to Z. Dude, you gotta see what you look like in there.
Am I fat?
You're big, dude.
I was fat.
You're pretty big, and
Is that the store grand opening?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
but you came to Gold's with me that night.
Yes.
We trained. We did chest.
I was a fat fuck. Yeah, terrible.
You still had hair though.
I know.
I was in J to Z.
Yeah, you were in
At Muscle Beach.
Yeah, but I didn't watch that segment. But I watched the store. Your kids were little,
Oh, yeah.
and then we went to Gold's and we trained. Sean trained chest with me. It was
Yes.
like late at night. My truck was parked outside, and then when I came home, I was filming here in Vegas, and I had no pool in my backyard. And Trace and Bodie were in the backyard, and
Oh, wow.
Scrappy.
Bodie.
And I was out there like cleaning up the dog crap. And
Bodie, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He was nuts, him. Bodie. Did he die before Trace?
Trace died before the 11 Olympia. Remember, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And then Bodie died of a stroke at the same age, 10, like 3 years later.
That
She
sucks.
had, Carrie had Bodie
Yeah.
then, after we separated.
And Scrappy died last, huh? Wow.
No, he died in 2012. He lived.
Okay.
Bodie outlived everyone.
Oh,
He was
okay.
younger, remember?
Yeah, he was, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, we lose our dogs, man. It's a sad time,
Luckily, you get Capone, so that's good.
How old is your dog now?
She just turned 9,
She's
actually.
still young.
What do you have? What kind of dog?
She's a French Bulldog Beagle mix.
Oh, that must be cute.
She flew to France with him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? Wow. You went to France like recently?
Yeah, I went back to see the family.
Really?
Tell them how amazing it was.
After COVID. It was a good time.
Really?
It was a good time.
They're open over there?
They're open, but you need to be vaccinated. It's kind of a shit show also, but yeah, you need to have the card. You need to show proof of vaccination.
Oh, jeez.
No, good time, you know. Saw the family, ate some good food, the things that
How long did you stay?
you don't realize you miss until it's gone.
Yeah.
I was there for a short trip, 9 days.
Okay.
Went to Bordeaux, went to Biarritz, the
You know these places?
the Basque area.
All you do is eat over there. You know that?
Yeah.
It's like 2-3 hours every time.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you have,
You did post a lot of food.
I know, that's all
Yeah.
they do over there.
I know, but the
'Cause
food
the
doesn't
food-
make you fat. Like,
I
what's
know.
up with that?
But they don't eat a lot. They just take their time.
Okay.
Aperitif, digestif, all
Well,
that
the food
bullshit.
is
It's
also
just-
better quality
I know.
than here by far.
Yeah. It's like a big event. It's like usually you sit at the table for like 2-3 hours.
Food.
McDonald's in Europe is better than our regular.
Would you
fast
go-
food here.
Oyster, yeah, fact.
Yeah.
That's the
Would
first.
you go back to France?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
have family in France?
Yeah, most of my family's there. My mom, my dad. Well, my dad's not here no more. But the only people in Canada are my close parents. All my aunts, uncle are over there.
I did go to France.
That's right. You took some
And
picture
I
about
went
the
to
Eiffel Tower.
I
and-
went
yeah.
up, which was a pain, by the way. It
Yeah.
was cold when I went.
Yeah, with Coots. You
Yeah.
were there. Yeah.
I've been twice.
Because you have to take like elevators
Yeah.
like to get to the top, and then you get up and it's like blocked. You can't really.
Yeah. I don't miss it, to be honest
notice
with
it.
you. No.
The food wasn't great in my opinion.
Listen, I've been to all over Canada, Japan, France, and the States are by far the best place to be.
Who are the best French bodybuilders?
Bomo Benaziza, Francis Benfado.
Benfado
Those
was
two.
really good, huh? Remember Benfado?
Benaziza was a beast, man. That's when he beat Dorian, remember?
Who's our current French guys that are great?
Lionel Biecki.
He dropped out of the Arnold, huh?
But he's good.
Easy to shoot.
He was good,
Is
Biecki.
another tall
Morgan.
Morgan.
Morgan's a beast.
Morgan Ashley.
Yeah, yeah, awesome.
And Stanimals French.
He's Swiss. Well, actually, you know what? He's born in France, but he was living in Switzerland, so technically it's French, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, Benfado and Thierry
Who else?
Pastel,
Oh, you're
remember?
right. Yeah, yeah.
He was great, that one, too. Yeah.
Did those guys speak English or?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Edward Kawak, wasn't he French?
Oh, he was too?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure we're missing
Old
some
school.
people too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a really good on John Hansen's podcast. He
Okay.
had Gaspari, Haney, Sean Ray, and Lee Labrada
Wow.
on.
Wow.
It was amazing. So if you guys
Legends.
go to it was like the Legends podcast. I think that's the name of John Hansen's
Wow.
podcast on YouTube. So guys, you should watch it because they were showing like them guys competing together back in the day, and they were talking about some of the greats, you know.
Well, this is like the top of the top right
Yeah.
there. Wow. He's good, John. He's a real historian.
He has a good he has a good history. you
Great
know?
knowledge of the game, yeah.
And listen, I know a lot of people don't like Sean Ray, but he knows a lot about history of bodybuilding too.
Yeah.
But dude, I watched Rich Gaspari win the first Arnold Classic.
I remember
on,
that. So did I.
on American Muscle.
Yep.
And I watched, when I started training, Haney was retiring, so I got to see him compete at Disney World in the magazines like back then.
91. Yeah.
And Lee Labrada guest posed at the first show I competed in.
Wow.
Lee Labrada was a guest poser.
So you saw him in person?
Yeah, he was the first
Wow.
pro. I saw Ron Love first, but Lee Labrada was the first pro, and I was like shocked because in clothes he didn't look like a lot.
I know.
And when he took his clothes off, I was like, wow, I was backstage. I was like, this is what it's like being a pro, huh? This is what a pro looks like. It was
I wonder
so
if he
crazy.
remembers you. Did you talk to him or
Yeah.
back then?
Yeah, because Chris
Wow.
introduced me, because
Oh shit!
Chris and Laura were there with me.
I wonder if he
My
remembers.
mom came, and
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Labrada was great. Labrada and Benfado, they were always like neck and neck. Those two, they were kind of like the same height and build. They were
but
both
I say
great.
it all the time. And listen, I'm an open book with my respect to people. Sean Ray was great
at displaying the business side of bodybuilding, like with the guest appearances and the mail order and the videos.
It was a money-making machine, yeah.
I liked his, like, that, his pictures, his covers of his books and his whatever, and his stuff in the magazines inspired me to want to be a bodybuilder, because I saw it, like, California is like a huge success.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about bodybuilding, is like having an end goal. Like, this is my dream to be this. And it's kind of funny because now I've achieved like crazy status, and you know, I've done it all, right? I've won the Olympia 4 times, which not a lot of people can say. And I'm still like a normal dude that wakes up every day and like
go to work.
Okay, yeah, how can I be better? You know what I mean? Where I dreamt about
collar.
having what he had, and I achieved that, and you know, I feel a lot more.
I think Sean was on a podcast not long ago saying that the reason he started was they said you couldn't make a living bodybuilding. He talked about that.
Actually, you know what though? I remember him saying in the early interviews that John Brown, which was his mentor, you know, he really like looked up to John, because John was kind of like living the life in nice cars and all that stuff. So he knew you could make money, but Sean definitely took it to another level. He was very business savvy, and what an athlete! I mean, you have to give him that.
He had the 8x10s, he had the DVDs, every appearance, he had all the stuff there. And there's guys nowadays that don't even have any of that stuff.
He always had all kinds of endorsements, the gloves and all that. I mean, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he took pictures in front of cars, whether they were his or not.
Yeah.
He always had the guy's dream, dude. He had a hot girl in pictures, motorcycles.
Yeah.
You know, he trained at the beach. Yes, Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
He portrayed success, always.
Yes, they would take pictures in front of the house in the driveway with the cars, and you're like, okay, this guy's living with palm trees, and here I am in work boots, and you know, because we're East Coasters, and I mean, we dreamt about. Can you imagine riding a motorcycle to the gym?
Ah, dude.
And we talked about
Dave's
this.
gonna be riding
That's what I'm gonna do. That's right.
He's living the dream.
I'm living the dream.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to film you on your bikes, but you trained at that Huntington Beach
Yes.
gym.
Oh, that was great. And you know what? When I first saw him, and I said that story before, it was like a picture, a scene out of the magazines. There was a huge water fountain in front of the gym, and he was sitting on the fountain with his Bushy socks and his atomic shoes, the string tank top, and I was just like, oh my god, is this like a commercial or something? It was so cool to see him. He was like bigger than life, you know, in sick shape. And
what'd you say when you saw him?
I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. I was just like, my jaw hit the floor, you know, because I was a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
To see him in person, that was like a big deal, you know. But I was so glad because I just moved there. That's the first place I went. And, you know, you run into Sean Ray and it's like, holy shit, you know. I can't believe I'm here. I was all tiny and stuff. It's funny.
That's when you had the long hair? Or?
No, I had short hair back then because I had to cut him for a photo shoot back home on my first competition. They made me cut it. Yeah. The first.
No more Chippendale. Huh?
Yeah, no more, yeah. But I was so glad to be here, man. It was cool when you get to see these guys. And then we go to the competition. Back then, if you go to a local show, they were all there, the guys. They made a point of going, and then they would all name the guys in the audience. They would get up, and it was great. Like, there was always like 20 pros, you know? So it was kind of cool to see that. I remember Lonnie just naming all these guys. They would get up and just wave and stuff. It was great. The Iron Man, amateur.
I wish the shows were still like that.
I know, it sucks. It sucks.
You remember going to the Who's Who would be at these shows?
That was great.
I'm trying to think the first time I saw Sean, 1999 Red River Classic, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Did he guest pose? Or
Guest pose, yeah.
Was he in decent shape?
Yeah, he never showed himself out of shape.
I remember he got out of shape once, and someone posted a picture, and he's like, never ever again will I be out of shape.
Hey, you know what? Back then, it was easier to be out of shape if you were guest posing because there wasn't really record of it, right? There was no internet.
There's no social media.
Now you can't miss a beat with the internet. So that's what it makes a lot more pressure for today's guys. Yeah. Definitely.
I just remember going to shows in the early 2000s, and Ronnie would be guest posing, and there was like 2,500 people there. 3,000-4,000 people, depending on southern states or Steve's show in New York or whatever else. And now
but there was less show back then, don't you agree? I think there was less shows.
Way less.
So people would go because now it's like
remember back then they had levels. They had like a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had to like win certain shows to get up to the national level.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of you win this show, national show qualified.
Yeah. Before you had to you always did the Junior USA or Junior National, and then you
Like
went,
if you won, like if you won the state championships, you weren't qualified for national level show because it wasn't a level 5 show.
Yeah.
But people used to do the junior nationals
All the time.
Like Paul DeMeo,
It was a stepping
Wheeler,
stone.
all those guys did
Stepping
it.
stone, yeah.
And nowadays, like, people don't really think about it as much
No.
in the bodybuilding side, do
You
they?
do a local show and you go straight to a national, it's not a good idea a lot of time. Unless you're gifted.
I mean,
you
I
know?
always say you should win an overall trophy
Right.
at a national qualifier before you decide I'm going to go to a national.
But doing the juniors back then gave you enough hype.
It
to
did,
go to
because the
nationals.
magazines
Yes.
pumped you and said
Yeah.
they knew you were coming,
Look,
right?
remember that's what Phil won. Won Junior
Yeah.
USAs, and they went to the USAs.
That's right, that's right.
He got notoriety.
People are such in a hurry
He won
today.
junior nationals, didn't
It was a
he?
junior national. Whatever one.
Everybody wants to be a pro today.
But
no one,
you
they
couldn't
don't,
turn pro. You
don't want to
couldn't
wait.
turn pro. You couldn't turn pro at any of the junior shows back then.
I know, but you know what it means, people, now is they have IFBB Pro so-and-so on their Instagram handle.
I know.
And listen, there's ways, we have to kind of create our own revenue. So if I was up and coming, I mean, I would understand why people want, hey, I want that pro status, because
course.
it does mean something for your resume to
Of
have
course.
people say, hey, this person knows what they're doing, right? Although there's divisions now that it's not like before where bodybuilding. Like,
Hell no. Before it was like 10 years
not
to become
to
a pro.
discredit anyone, but I mean, it's just they give out a lot of pro cards now. I feel.
They used to, what was it, like 10 a year for
Yeah.
guys who get it. What, the winner of each class at nationals, the overall at North Americans,
At
overall,
USA.
Yeah.
overall and runner up at USA's too. And then what?
Oh,
TU?
USA wasn't like that before. USA, you have to win the overall to get the pro card.
It was, but then they switched it
Then,
to the top
yeah.
two. And
But
now it's every class.
I think it started in 99, if
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
It was shortly
Now it's
after.
every class
Yeah.
in second place.
Yeah.
Yes. So think about it. You think of how many men would turn pro, less than 10 per year across the country
They
now.
said 70 pro cards
In
at
one
this
show.
last USA.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
It's different, for sure.
it's not as valuable.
Yeah.
And there's that many people have it.
All right, so we're gonna go hit some shoulders, guys. Enough for our history,
Yeah.
and we'll get some workout in. But make sure you guys keep following along. And like I said, shout out the Cutler Cast and
Yes.
why you guys, the people that are following it already, please talk about it a little bit. Put hey, I'm enjoying it. I like the topic.
Leave a comment. Yeah.
Leave a comment about it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, guys, we do have the giveaway on the 500,000 Instagram, YouTube
YouTube,
following that we're going to give away. So we are going to pick those winners. You're picking
Yes.
those winners.
Yes.
We've already smashed 1,000.
Yeah.
How many comments are there now?
It has to be 1,500 or
Gotta
more.
be, yeah.
So we appreciate all that. But you guys that haven't seen that video, go check out the 500,000 YouTube. We're
Giveaway.
doing a giveaway. We have 4 items. We're giving away maybe more. Who knows? But the Atomics, with the DVD, the cup, and the gloves that I signed. Okay.
Yes.
And actually, I'll give away a couple of things of Prevail if you go back. If you mention Prevail, I'm going to pick you guys. So it will show me that you left this video and went back to that. I'm going to give out 2 things of Prevail to 2 different people. So just put Prevail on that video, the 500K video.
Right.
And you're going to be the first ones that pick the Prevail. I'm going to choose you guys to be the Prevail winners.
All right. Awesome.
We'll see you at the gym.
Beat you here.
Is that a nice motorcycle or
Nah.
nothing like yours, huh?
No.
I bet you can't wait to ride yours, huh?
I can't wait to be here.
I saw your post on Instagram.
Yeah. What'd you think about the helmet?
You're not going to use that.
Of course.
You're going to look like Evel Knievel, bro.
I love it. He was patriotic.
It was. You're right. Hi, Dave. Vegas, nice. This
nice.
is what I told you moved here
Oh,
for.
dude. Can't wait to ride in this weather.
I knew you were going to say that. I was just going to say, you wish you had a motorcycle right now. We were talking
Next
about
week,
that
next
bike over
week.
there. All right, guys. So, a little shoulder thrash today. Busy day at the office, but I do find time, and I always mention we get a common question as professional bodybuilders: what is the ultimate time to train? Okay, and I think my best workouts come after about 4 meals a day. So I've been training, like I said, later in the day, not only for the best workouts, okay, for the more pump and everything else, but for my mind, because I have a lot going through my head. And by the end of the day, I'm kind of spent, and I have a lot of things like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done, or I need to focus on this. And this workout gives me that sense of the ability to step out of those thoughts, out of those stresses, and get into the weights. And that's how I fell in love with weight training. So for me, this workout, I came in to do some shoulders, and I'll walk a little bit through the exercises, but it's so much for my mind these days. I mentioned that, and you guys can relate to that. You guys that aren't competing, training towards a specific goal, or doing a body transformation. Like, I'm just a guy that loves to train now, and I've been blessed to be able to do this at the highest level and be focused on, reasons to make money or to achieve a certain status. Now it's inspiring others to stay inside the gym and find an alternative to drinking or smoking or, whatever some of your vices in the past may have been. My vice, I find the weight training as being my outlet. That's my high. That's my party place. That's my everything is my training. And for you guys that can relate, man, we look forward to workouts every single day, right? So I'll walk through the exercises. So normally some people start with presses. I like to do something to pre-exhaust and kind of get the blood flowing, get the shoulder joint warmed up, because as you know, the shoulder is the most crucial joint as far as training. If you get a shoulder injury, it hinders all your training upper body. So I always start with side laterals. What I do is I do 2 field sets, and then I do 3 working sets, sometimes 4. I worked up to about 40 pounds here, so you saw a couple of those sets, really just squeezing. I'd like to do them seated so I don't swing so much. As you know, with a lot of my videos, I have the tendency to do a lot of this. So it allows me to be a little more strict. And as you see, I kind of do like a front raise and a side lateral at the same time, but always focusing on 12 repetitions, okay? Next, I move over to the press machine, which normally I do dumbbells, barbells. Today I used the Hammer Strength Selectorized, just because I wanted to get a little more. And if you notice from my videos in the past, I did a little higher extension and a pause, okay? So I really kind of engaged the shoulders this time, and I did basically 4 straight sets there. I worked up to about 100 pounds or so, really getting that pump. Remember, my rest time's only 45 to 60 seconds. I was training with Matt today, so he would go, I go. We kind of bounced it that way. Then I moved over to a side cable lateral, but you notice I did these behind the back. So if you see when I started, I kind of get a pull on the shoulder, and I come up to about this height, okay? Keep the arms fairly straight. Get a contraction, focus on 12 repetitions, 3 sets there. I love these. Shout out to Milos Sarcev. We both love doing these movements. I think from the front, you get a little too much cheat. So I focused on that, okay? Next exercise, I did the cable rear delt, okay? So normally I'd move over to a front raise, but this time I actually started working on the rear delts because it's a weak part for me. Always was one of my strong points, but since I stopped doing all the heavy rows and all that kind of stuff, I did lose some shoulder size. So remember, your back training, all those row movements are going to help build those deltoids in the rear, especially. That's why a lot of bodybuilders group rear delts with their back training. So I did these cables. I cross, one of Milos's favorite. Also, I did 3 sets there, 12 repetitions. I didn't go crazy weight, just really trying to squeeze with those. And then I moved over to the rear Delt Fly machine, which is the reverse pec deck. Did 3 straight sets there of 12 repetitions. That exercise pretty self-explanatory. You're in the bench, just doing it. Then I moved over to the front raise with a plate. Okay, I didn't do any twisting or anything like that. I held it at 10 and 2, and I come up, and what you notice with this, I'm going to show from the side, is I keep it flat so that the plate sits like this, guys, so I don't turn it as I come down. So I'm going to pretend the water bottle's a plate. I keep the plate at this plane. Okay, and I hold it, and I just kind of raise like that. Keep the tension on the shoulders. I don't come up too far. It's just basically a contraction movement, 12 reps, 3 sets there. Okay, then the real finisher was this new machine they got here, which is a side lateral plate loaded machine, and it's on a platform. I love this machine. It really helps me engage the shoulders. I was crazy pumped by that point, and I came up and I basically do a side lateral standing. Allows me to be a little more strict being in that machine and having the arms to do that, even though they swivel. But all in all, great shoulder workout, guys. So I suggest you try this. So next shoulder routine, I want you to do this exact workout. I want to see how many people give me some great feedback on that. So, I appreciate you guys following along. We had a lot of conversation in this video, showed me eating, whatever, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are motivated. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. But, we all look for motivation, and I constantly say this in my video. I wish I had YouTube as an outlet when I started, because the books only showed so much of the routines. And I loved trying different routines, and I wasn't afraid to use routines from the guys that were under me, like the guys coming up in the NPC, those articles. I would read the women's books. I mentioned that in jaywalking the other day. I read the women's article, and the chick that had, the super built arms, man, I would actually do those arm routines because I was willing to try anything. That's the one thing about being a bodybuilder. You have to have an open mind about trying different things and not be so pigeonholed in like, this is the right way to do it. I tried everything. It's just like calf training. I tried doing every day, every other day, only focusing on standing one day, only focusing on seated one day. I've done them all. And then I found the routine that works best for me once every 5 to 7 days. So for me, you have to try new things. So if you guys could share this video, like this video, comment. If you guys comment and like the video alone, that's going to give us more traction. It's going to be suggested. And we appreciate so much. We've blasted past 500,000 followers now on YouTube, and that's a big achievement for us, man. The guy behind the camera is working his tail off, providing content. We were able to show you Austin Carr this week. We have a couple of surprises. Big Mac truck came to town, and
some really cool content for our Indian viewers.
Okay,
that's coming up this weekend after this video.
Guy.
Yep.
And then we have our Asian culture too.
Korean's coming.
So
yeah, we're filming that this Sunday.
We have a lot of different areas where we're trying to focus on and give you guys some different content. We got the men's, we got the lady, but more importantly, we got Jay Cutler on there more often than ever. So I want to thank you guys for following along. Like I said, comment, share, like, and tell this guy behind the camera, Big Dave, how well he's doing with these videos. We appreciate you so much, guys. Much love. I'm going to go back in and do a little stairs and back to full-time bodybuilding. So we're out.